Good evening. Welcome to the month of May. Fantastic evening to everybody. This is the first day in the month of May. My name is Mr. Purpose International, founder of the Purpose Discovery Academy. And tonight, the Purpose and You Talk Show is back, and we're back and better. And we have a very interesting topic tonight, because we believe so much in marriage, we believe so much in relationships, and we didn't have this edition in February when Valentine was celebrated. So this is more like an edition for every lover all over the world, especially young people, because for you to fulfill your purpose, you must choose the right kind of partner, right? It is said that you have to find a purpose for life before you choose a partner for life. But the quality of decisions we make in the relationship can affect how the relationship will eventually go. On the background is the song of the music maestro in Nigeria, Tosin Martins. Video, send this to your friends. Let them know that we are live again, the Purpose and You Talk Show. We've been off air for some time, but we are live and we are back and better. All right, the song you can hear on the background is the song of Tosin Martins. Tosin Martins is a classic example of a man who left us with tunes that will remain evergreen and ever fresh. A profile and then we'll bring it live. All right, Amarachi, let me know if you can hear me so that I can bring you in live. All right, I've sent you a request. If you can hear me, just confirm that you have seen the request. So while we wait for our guests to join.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Purpose.
Good evening. Good evening. Wow, Instagram is at it tonight. I can hear you, but I can't see you yet. But can you see me?
I can see you clearly.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask those who are live, can you see our guests? I can hear you loud and clear, but I'm just seeing myself, and I'm seeing you with the eyes of my imagination. All right.
What are you seeing at the background?
I can't see anything from your end. I'm just seeing myself full screen. All right. Okay, Toby, I can say, yes, I can see her and you can see me. Okay. So since the viewers can see both of us, or should we try for you to log out and come back in and see if that will help?
Okay, let's try that.
All right then. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Purpose and You Talk Show. It's the relationship talk tonight, the talk before you walk. My guest is Amarachi Akpaibor, a certified Christian, certified marriage and relationship counselor, family life practitioner, author, and passionate advocate for godly relationships. With over 8 years of experience, she's dedicated to helping individuals and couples build thriving Christ-centered relationships and families through premarital counseling, individual clarity sessions, and group programs. Focused on a holistic approach, she is the author of The Talking Stage, a transformative book designed to help singles gain clarity in making informed marriage decisions. Amarachi is committed to equipping people with tools they need to build strong and lasting families. She is happily married to her best friend and husband, Mark Akpaibor, who pastors at David's Christian Center, and they are the mother of 3 energetic boys. All right, so that's the profile, very heavy profile of our guest tonight. She's been married for, I think, over 10 years. Counsel with okay, I'm trying to re-invite her in so that we can get into tonight's conversation. Amarachi, if you please, can you send me a request? Can you send me a request to join so that I can add you to the conversation? Let me try again. Uh, okay. So I've sent you again to join the conversation. Let's see if Instagram will permit us. All right. So tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us where you're joining us in the comment section, your location, and maybe what you do. This is the Purpose and You Talk Show. My name is Mr. Purpose International, Africa's leading purpose and self-discovery coach for teenagers and young adults. I'm very happy to meet you all tonight. We are going to learn a lot. We're going to get a lot of information that will do us a lot of good. For all the singles who are joining the call tonight, you are in for a great and wild time. So fasten your seatbelts, and please do us a favor, do me a favor, kindly send this live link to your friend. Just post it on your status, on your feed. Let people know that we are live. Purpose and You Talk Show. This is the first in this year. I think we had one in January, but this is like the first in this quarter. We've not had the Purpose and You Talk Show since January, so we are coming back stronger and better. We're going to have another one at the end of the month, and my guest is someone you don't want to miss her story. We usually bring young people who are thriving in their purpose, who are doing great things for Jesus and for the purposes that they have been created for. They have also been able to create or carve out a business from that. All right, Toby Akins, I'm joining from Festac Town, Lagos, Nigeria. I'm an entrepreneur, content creator, videographer, and editor. Yes, that's Toby Akins. She's actually somebody I've known for a long time. If you want quality video editing, content creation for your social media content, Toby is the go-to lady, right? If you see any of my videos, short, inspiring videos, insightful videos, she is the female brain and mind behind that, all right? So you don't have to be muscular to be spectacular. For all the girls who are joining tonight, you can be spectacular once you can create value from your self-discovery process. Amarachi, are you able to join now so that we get right into the conversation? Tonight is a loaded night, is a packed night. We are being joined today by a young lady. She's not so young. Okay, well, she's young, but she's a mother of three. All right, so please, I sent you a request to join. Let me try again. So Amarachi, can you see me? Yes, I can see you now. I can see your comments, but I've not seen your request to join. Let me send you a direct request to join. Let me send you a direct request to join. Counsel with Ama. Okay, I've sent a request to you, counseling with Ama. Okay, maybe that's not where I sent it to. All right, once we sort this technical each, we will commence. All right, Amarachi, please, can you send me a direct message? Tonight's direct request to join the live. Tonight's topic is the talk before you walk. The talk before you walk. Before you walk down the aisle, there are certain conversations. There are certain with your spouse, with your partner. My mentor usually says that marriage can lead to life imprisonment or life improvement. Marriage can lead to life imprisonment or life improvement. But so the quality of the walk, all right, the quality of the, all right, the quality of the walk is actually determined by the quality of the talk. All right, so I've accepted your request. I hope Instagram will, I hope the network, I think it's the network. Let's try again. Accept. Hello. Fantastic.
Finally, finally, I don't understand what was going on.
It's fine. We keep trying till we get it right. We keep trying till we. All right. So welcome on board. This is the Purple and You Talk Show. I'm so glad.
So glad. I'm so glad.
Thank you. Thank you. So I read your profile earlier and I saw that you've been in this for 8 years. Wow, that's almost a decade. Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So because of those who are just joining us live, just allow me read your profile again so that they will know that you are not a small girl at this because you have such a pretty young face, but they'll know that you are a seasoned relationship expert. So the name of my guest is Amarachi Akpaibor. She is a Christian certified marriage relationship counselor. Please take note of the word Christian certified. Christian certified. So we believe in the Bible. We do relationship the Bible way, the kingdom way, not Hollywood or Nollywood way. So she's a family life practitioner, author, and passionate advocate for godly relationships. With over 8 years experience, she's dedicated to helping individuals and couples build thriving Christ-centered relationships and families through premarital counseling, individual clarity sessions, and group programs focused on a holistic approach. Wait for this, guys. She's the author of The Talking Stage. Oh, I'm supposed to have my bell now. Ring my bell of blessings. And I think, is that your first book?
Yes, it is. Actually.
All right. So her first book, we're going to talk about that book also tonight, is The Talking Stage, a transformative book designed to help singles and singles gain clarity in making informed marriage decisions. Amarachi is committed to equipping people with tools they need to build strong, lasting marriages. She's happily married to her best friend, Mark Akpaibor, and they have 1, 2, 3 energetic boys. So she looks very young, but she's not a starter in this. So Amarachi, let our viewers meet you. Who is Amarachi Akpaibor? Let's get right into that.
Okay, so thank you again, Mr. Purpose. I'm so happy to be here. I mean, you just read my profile, so everything that my profile is who I am. So I'm a relationship and marriage counselor. I've been counseling for over 8 years, almost 9 years. I need to update my bio actually.
Wow.
And I'm very passionate about building relationships. I want to see people do well in their marriage. I want them to enjoy their marriages. I believe that marriage is to be enjoyed and not to be endured.
Not to be
So
enjoyed,
that's
yeah.
Yes, right. And marriage has gotten a lot of bad PR in the world. A lot of people are scared of getting married. But I believe that with the right knowledge and to set, my very first people can get married. So message book that I just yeah, February 6th to decide. And I mean, I sold over 400 copies of that book. And
Wow.
the reviews have been amazing. I offer sessions like marital counseling sessions for people who want to get married, individual priority sessions for both single and married people that are confused and not sure of where they are in their relationship journey. I help people, even couples
So,
in crisis. So I counsel couples in crisis. And I mean, mostly mother and wife. And I'm an
yes.
amazing person, a beautiful woman at that, like you said.
I like that. I like the fact that you are a total package, beauty with brains and also with the Holy Ghost on the inside.
Yes,
And
I am a child of God. Like that's
and
even
it,
the most important. I'm God's favorite child. Yeah. And I love Jesus so much.
all right. So on this show, we really like to go memory lane, go to the early years to help those who are watching who may still be on their self-discovery journey, learn from the story of our guest on how to actually discover the core reason why they are born, why they are on the earth, which is
Okay.
purpose. And we, from what we teach at the Purpose Discovery Academy, everyone's purpose usually has been there all along from childhood. It's something you are born with, even the talents, the abilities that we later discover in life. Usually, it's not when we discovered it that God placed it there. That's when we discovered it.
Mm,
But some people discover earlier, some people discover later in life. So we want to take a journey to your childhood so that we can pick some lessons from there before we now come to the real meat of tonight, which is the talk before you walk. So can you tell us a bit about your childhood? And then do you think what you studied in school, did it prepare you in any way for what you are doing today in life as a relationship counselor? I see you laughing there.
I'm laughing because they're totally all like different things entirely. Like I would say yes, it prepared me in terms of getting knowledge, meeting people and all of that. But because I studied biochemistry in university. And trust me, I've never worked with that degree. I've tried became a relationship coach. I used to work in a it's a home company, yeah, and I never used my biochemistry degree. I didn't want a business by the side. I went very business. I never used my biochemistry degree. But I just went to school. And I think God sent me to school to prepare me for what I'm doing. Because in school, that was where I met Jesus, and I really understood what purpose meant to an extent. But let me not, digress or go ahead of myself. So about my childhood, I would say that it really helped in my journey. My dad was an evangelist, right? And my mom was in the bitterness. I'm saying what God, my dad is late. And my mom is still alive, right? So I believe that they helped me set the right foundation, for my walk with God. It was through my parents that I started reading the Bible, I knew what prayer was. Even though I was doing those things just to obey them, right? But much later in life, I got better understanding as to why they're making me study the Bible, pray, and all of that, and go to church. And then my parents were very strict. My mother, especially, she was very strict.
Wow.
She didn't let us go out like that. She was very very about her friends. Somehow I didn't really like it because I felt it was too restrictive. But you see, freedom is not always good.
Mm,
That
yeah.
freedom has now that I am not staying with my parents, I'm married and all of that, there's some things that I cannot bring myself to do. Because I just feel like my mother is watching, or my parents are dead. I need to can't do this, you know. So I'm very grateful for my upbringing. Honestly, I'm very grateful for my upbringing. Like, it's not like the perfect experience, but it has shaped who I am. Yeah, thank you for that.
Wow, thank you for sharing. So you had parents who introduced you to principles of life that are still helping you today.
Exactly.
Oh wow, kudos to them. Later this month we'll be celebrating Children's Day on the 27th, and one of the worst things that can happen to a child is to have poor role models at an early age. Because we as parents are supposed to be the first, shall I say, the first mentors that
Model.
children should have, role models. But we see a lot of, especially in our own generation, there are not many people who can point to their father or mother and say, my dad is my first mentor. Many times you have people looking out of their nuclear family structure to, be inspired. A lot of people in our generation, they are, especially girls. I see a lot of girls who get married not because they are in love with the person they married. They wanted to escape from home,
See, that's so
and
true.
and then they entered a permanent prison because
Mm,
they did not go through the talking stage properly.
thank you. Thank you.
So we're coming there. So tell us, this is the Purpose and You Talk Show. When did Amarachi discover her purpose, and it was now clear to you that this is the path I'm supposed to follow, and this is the value I'm supposed to generate or create from this discovery and serve the world with? All right. So tell us, when did you discover, and how did you discover your purpose for life?
Okay. For me, see this topic about purpose, right? For me, it's quite different. I believe that the purpose journey is a progressive one, right? I mean, I always interchange purpose with assignments, right? For me, I believe that my purpose as a child of God is to serve God. Like you say, fear God, obey His commandments. This is the whole duty of man. Always wrong with the scripture. So I'm here to bring glory to my Father. So for me, that's my primary purpose. So under that purpose, I believe that God has given me specific assignments to precision of my life. Okay. But how did I find my purpose? How did I find Christ? It was when I was in university, you know. And that's why I said I'm thankful for my university experience. Even though I'm not using the degree right now, but it was in school that I really understood. In the Bible says talks about understanding the hope of the calling. I understood what it meant to be a believer, what it meant to be a child of God. Thank God. I'm thankful to my pastors in school for proper discipleship. So when I discovered Christ, and I started being led by the Holy Spirit, it started showing me aspects of myself that I didn't know about. It started showing me the gifts that I carry. An encourager. I know how to support and encourage people. For me, that's one of my gifts. That's one of my assignments. Because people can just normally beyond counseling, like marriage counseling, people can tell me anything. People can just come and onboarding on me. But they always find it very easy to talk to me about anything. And for me, that's a gift because I think it's like it sometimes. I'm like, I just know this person. I just counsel this person. I just advise this person. And this is saying thank you. And sometimes I tell
Mm.
my husband, why did I even tell this person that this person is so wild about? And he said, you're humanizing it. That you're just talking to someone, but it's a gift. People are looking for that thing. So for me, I would say, it was when I found Christ, I understood who I am and I understood my purpose. I think one of my purposes is to encourage and help people. My purpose is like to people, believers. I also believe I'm called to disciple people. That is what I'm doing in my local church now. I'm working with young adults. It's part of my purpose. In school, I mean, I was part of the pastoral unit in school at some point. In fact, I didn't
Oh
understand
wow.
that call. Well, why are you calling me? I don't know anything. I ran. To be honest, I said I wasn't going to, come to church again. But I didn't want to be a leader. I kept saying that why do you want to be a pastor? Who am I? What do I know? You know. And I didn't know that God was pointing me to the direction of my purpose. So I
And that's
eventually did go and all of that. So pastoring, in fact, in school I was a pastor, but right now I won't say I'm pastoring a church, but I'm still working in that capacity because I'm working with young adults. Pastoring doesn't have to be a title, right? You don't have to have the title of a pastor to be a pastor. That's what people think. You can pastoring is like discipleship, taking care of God's sheep,
shit,
basically.
yes.
So how am I taking care of God's sheep? It doesn't have to be on the pulpit. Am I making sure that they are well fed? Are they going spiritually?
Teaching
Are they
them.
going
Yeah.
aspects of their lives? So for me, my
Mm-hmm.
corporate story was in university when I met Jesus, and when I knew I was called to go into ministry and discipleship. That was when I found my voice. Yeah, so then just keep it short so that that's the
All right, powerful. Okay, so I'm going to deviate a bit from the uh, topic tonight to just ask you this question, right? You're a very attractive, you're a very beautiful, attractive lady. How did you keep the wrong guys away at that stage of your life? What was
that's
your
very good.
what was your unique strategy to keep especially the wrong guys away from you at that stage of your life?
Yeah. So for me, I was my boldness, my conviction. I was really bold about my things. Right? A lot of married men ask me, I was going married men, single men, this my matter. Like you said, I was younger. I'm still young. I'm still fine. So I was very bold about my the space. Once you're asking me out or you're trying to talk to me, maybe you talk to me first before you ask me. They already know that this girl is a church girl, she's a Jesus girl. I'm invited. People are invited. The number of guys are invited to church. I'll be come to my church. Come for so and so. And they'll come amazingly. They'll come, but after the first service, they won't come again because they had the wrong
The fire
perception.
was too much. The fire.
Exactly. You know that this girl, the church girl, no, she's not of her time. Do you understand? No, no, it is
Yeah.
very persistent, right? In fact, there's time somebody bought gifts for me. I rejected it. Ah, it
Please
just
say that.
gives that
Please say that
you to be
again. Let
very
some single girls hear that. Please, can you say that again? Because there are
yeah.
many young girls in this generation. You know you don't want to do anything with a guy, but you keep you have accepted the iPhone 10, iPhone
You
11, iPhone 12, and then you are like, we are not dating. There's nothing going on between us. You are not
so
being
you're
truthful, but you're accepting the gifts, right? So ladies must be able to raise their standards high. Christian
yeah.
ladies, I want to be specific. Christian ladies, you ought to be able to raise your standards high and not be ashamed of being associated with Jesus. All right. So
Jesus.
yeah. So thank you for sharing that. So let's get into the crux of the matter. In in my observation of how young people do relationships, right? You ask a fine boy meets fine girl, ask her in or out into a relationship, and then they start hanging out. They go to the movies. You see them doing a lot of activities together, right?
Yeah.
And they kind of emotionally have a roller coaster, and they get married. Then they are married maybe 6 months, 10 months down the line. You, as a counselor, you are interviewing them and you realize that it's like like they just met 2 days ago. Because
Yeah.
the question you're asking them, they have never thought about it. They've not talked about it. They hung out for 2 years, watching movies, eating popcorn, taking ice cream, doing a lot of things together, but they never grew in the knowledge of each other. So I want to ask you a question on that. What's more important? Finding a man, as a woman now, finding a man you can talk to, or finding a man you can talk with? Which is more important on the scale of preference for you, and also based on the knowledge that you shared in your book? A man you can talk to. This is what I mean. Many ladies like to be in control. So they like to feel like this guy listens to me. So if I talk to him, he will listen. As against being with a man who you can talk with. So there may be times that you talk with him and he doesn't agree with you, but will you still be fine if he doesn't agree with your point and he goes ahead to do what he believes should be done? Now, nothing negative now, but just as a concept. So which is more important?
I mean, the two are important actually. But I would say have someone you can talk with because you're talking to a guy, you're telling him what to do, right? A guy in a relationship is meant to lead the relationship. Do you understand? It's meant to be like the leader. So if I'm talking to him, I'm telling him, oh, let us do this. You're not listening to me. This is what I'm saying. You're just imposing your opinions or your thoughts on him. That's why you need to talk to someone. It's like talking to my children. I have three boys, so just when I talk to them a lot, it's not even with them. I'm talking to you like you have to listen to what I'm saying. Don't question, don't jump on that chair or don't do this. So I'm talking to you. But when you're talking with someone, you're reasoning with them. Right. So you're waiting. So and that's what we also teach. I'm a family life therapist. So we always encourage dialogue with kids. So when you talk with them, they understand you. But I'm a Nigerian mother and I'm getting better. So so talking with your partner is better than talking to them. When you talk with him, you'll be able to understand his mindset, you'll be able to understand
Okay.
his perspective of certain things. And it will help you make wise decisions. Because when I talk with you, I'm talking with you now. We'll be sharing ideas, talking about different things. I know your standpoint on certain things. I know your standpoint on this. Together, I know your thoughts on, you know, relationships and upbringing. So I can make a decision that, oh, Mr. Purpose is a good man. Mr. Purpose knows what he's doing. As against always telling Mr. Purpose what to do, talking to him, instructing him or imposing my decisions on him. Those are two entirely different. So it's better to talk with your partner as a woman, talk with him, rub minds together, agree on certain things, understand his own value system. It will help him inform decisions in your relationship.
Wow, thank you, thank you. In fact, I give you a 10 over 10 there because it was more like a trivial question to see the depth of wisdom that you carry. Because the the way you answered it really shows that you are not um, you are not, what's the word? I'm looking for the word. You are not, okay, I'm going to use the local parlance. For those watching abroad, the word is JJC. JJC means Johnny Just Come, right?
Religions.
So in every profession, there are times at the entry point, we have people that we listen to. You are referencing a lot of people. But after some time, you begin to become a thought leader. You begin to, carve out your own thoughts on
Yeah.
the subjects, being, the problems people face in that industry. And I believe strongly that you are, heading towards being one of the finest voices that will come out of Africa, that will be known
Amen.
for centered relationship. I know what God did in advance. He packaged you in a very beautiful face so that
Ah,
the inner content, before we even get to listen to the inner content, we are attracted to the packaging. And that's how God is, in his infinite wisdom. So
yeah.
share with us, in your years of counseling, what are the common mistakes that, let's stay with your gender, right? Let's stay with your gender before we cross to the male gender. What are the common mistakes that ladies make in choosing even who to date, who to be in a relationship with, not just marriage now? Because there's this statement that good girls are usually attracted to bad boys. Do you agree with that? And then why do you think that is a common phenomenon?
I think to an extent, I do.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
so
So
can you shed more light on that, please?
yeah. Okay, so the mistakes that I think that my own gender women make, number one is being in a rush, because a lot of, to be honest, especially in this part of the world, a lot of women are under pressure to get married. Like, their mother is pressuring them, their auntie is pressuring them. So because of that pressure, they just meet somebody. They jump. They don't even talk to the person. They ignore the talking stage process, and next thing
Mm,
they're in a relationship. And I'm like, oh, you just met this person. Why are you in a relationship already? You didn't even know the person. You don't understand the person. So why? Oh, he said he wants to marry me. That's what I hear. He's about to marry me. He has not seen my parents and all of that. And I've also been to answer people like this. Honest, recently. I'm like, 2 months is so early to even get married to somebody. You've not spent time, you don't even know this person because time reveals. So I feel like my gender washed is a lot because of the pressure for women to get married. They rush into relationship, they build
mm,
before you go into any relationship with anybody, build friendship, know the person. Do you understand? Know the person. Like, who are you? What are your values? Our values align to our system because everything aligned. And this is a purpose show, purpose doctrine. Are we aligned in purpose? Because you may be planning to live in Nigeria, and that person might be planning to travel all over the world, and that is not your purpose. So it has going to be, it's already a problem. See, before you go into any relationship with women, please take your time. Take your time, understand this person, pray as well. Let the Holy Spirit lead you and guide you. It's not like God is going to handpick his power. God has given us the power of choice, but we have wisdom, we have the Holy Spirit that can guide us. Right. So I believe that number one mistake women make is rushing. Don't rush the process. Don't rush. Women are always fast.
wow, powerful.
Men are, but women cannot propose. So whenever anybody comes, they just let me, this one after, let me hold you. Please don't rush the process.
Mm. Somebody asked, so I just have to say yes. Since I'm lonely this season, Valentine is coming. Jesus has risen from the dead. I've been single since last year. Finally, a man just suddenly asked. So that takes me to the next question. Since women, that's even a very this statement now seems to be an outdated school of thought in today's world, in today's generation. I saw a tweet on X, Twitter, now called X. I saw a tweet by some guy who usually he deliberately likes to send out controversial tweets. So he posted, he said, ladies, don't ask a man out. Ladies, don't ask a man out. He wrote it 3 times in caps, in capital letters. Then he explained why, which made sense, right? That a man
Yeah.
should do the chasing, should be the one like a hunter, he should, chase you and all of that. So that if and when you eventually say yes to him, there will be some level of respect. Not that you do the reverse. Guess what? Ladies came for him. Ladies came for him. They told him, yes, that he should keep his own idea, thoughts to himself. And that's what is making a lot of ladies remain single and old, blah, blah, blah. And then some ladies even came and say, I'm married now. My husband I'm married to now. I'm the one that asked him out. So keep your opinions to yourself. Blah, blah,
Wow.
blah. Stop giving people bad advice. And I was like, my God. So that takes me to my next question. You're an attractive lady, you are young, you know the Lord, you have a thriving job or business or career, but it seems no guy has walked up to you to even talk to you. What do you do? And you are 28 going 29, or you are 30 going 31. So what do you do to kind of position yourself to be seen as available but not desperate?
Yeah, that's a very good question because as in first of all, I'm really surprised at that rate. I have to leave X up because it's too toxic. Sorry, but I can't deal with it. So a lot of negativity. So I can't deal. I'm not surprised that with some ladies came for him because I mean that's what's prevalent now. A lot of women think it's okay to ask men out. It's never okay. It's never okay. Right. So for a woman in that position, First of all, I want to say this that first to marry is not a there's no award for the first to get married.
First person to get married.
Because a lot of men are under pressure to get married and they end up getting married to someone that they will regret, living with for the rest of their life. So don't put yourself under that pressure. Don't make that mistake of rushing marriage. Okay? Take your time.
Mm.
28, 29 is not old. I don't know this timeline of 28 old, 29 old, 30. It's not old. Like even 25, you need to get married at 35. It's okay. I understand the fear of my biological clock is ticking. I know, but don't go and rush into marriage that you regret. Okay, let the rich guide you. So what you can do as a woman, you need to position yourself. As a yourself, position yourself. I mean, when I met my husband, I was one that made the first move. Now, before I'm misconstrued, my husband, I did not ask him out. I never can. I would never do that. I'm a very, I know myself. I know myself. But it was in a church setting. So a friend of mine, we were going home together. I didn't have a car at the time. So the guy was like, "Oh, let's join my friend." So we joined him in his own car, and we were going to the same direction. So my friend jumped off before I jumped off. So when I was about leaving out, we even got into a conversation, and he was talking to his friend and he was saying, "Oh, about writing icon and all of that." So I'm like, "Okay, this I like this guy as far. He's smart." I was even in a relationship at to be honest. So I'm like, "Oh, this guy is smart and I need this kind of people in my life now," because at that point I just finished my NYSC. I was trying to navigate life and know my career path. So I wanted to do certifications and all of that. So I told him, thank you for the ride. Can I have your number? And I collected it wasn't his number or his DB pin. Remember they were using BlackBerry. It was over 12 years ago, 13 years ago. So I collected something,
Yeah.
his number or his BlackBerry pin. So we were on BlackBerry. And when I got home, I was like, "Oh, thank you for the ride. I'm a very cautious person." And that was it. But if he didn't ask me for my phone number. Yes, I was one who asked for his number because I wanted to reach out much better from the innocence of my heart, not because I wanted to, make the move or
Yeah.
anything. But just that positioning made me today we are married. We didn't even see it coming. Who would have seen it coming? Like this trust me. The period before
That.
the period we met and even started the relationship was almost 2 years. So there was no marriage
Wow.
in. So women need to learn to position themselves. Why you like strike up conversations, right? You're a smart and intelligent woman. You can come up with conversations. "Oh, how are you doing today?" Or be pleasant, be kind. Some women are rude, to be honest. Women are not pleasant. Are you approachable? Some people they'll approach you and you're snubbing them or you have a frown. Like I used to get that feedback a lot then that I used to frown a lot. So I'm like, really? I didn't know I used to frown. But anyways, I'm married now, so you cannot come and be sick. But I'm just there are young people there. Some ladies don't know that they are not approachable. So you have this
Yeah.
look, dismissive look. So people cannot come and talk to you. It's only when people talk to you that they can know that you are beautiful inside. People like
Yes.
people say that something about book covers, you don't judge a book
You
by
can't
its
judge a book by the cover. Yeah.
like we will judge you by your cover. We're not Jesus Christ. We don't see your heart. It's what we see first. So you need to be
The count.
approachable.
Yes.
Position yourself.
Men look
Be
on the
kind.
outside.
Exactly. Be cautious. Be respectful. Look good. Make sure your hair is looking good. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. Like you say, "Oh, I want to buy your mind." No, just looking well put together is good. Right? Look well put together. Approachable. Be kind. Be cautious. Position yourself. Go out. Because I say video that was trading about a pastor was saying, "Why are you running? Why are you running?" So women after church service will just run. They don't want to talk to anybody
As
in church.
if
Or you're always
like they
at
have a
home.
date. You think that they have a date with destiny at the bus stop. Like they have to catch the, the bus they have to catch and they must not miss a bus.
Exactly.
So being available in social networks, church
Network,
settings, in places
church settings,
where
even
people of
online.
your age,
Online.
people of like interest, people of, create a common ground for people
Yeah.
to find you. Uh,
Yeah, they can be able to
the
reach
story
you.
about
Yeah.
Rebecca, the story about Rebecca usually confuses Christians especially, because they usually think that Abraham's servant was fleecing when he said, if I find a woman and all of that. But he was the law of positioning. He went to the well. Jesus also met the Samaritan woman at the well. And that suggests something to me. The principle, underlining principle there is he was looking for a productive lady, a hard-working girl, not the one who sits at home like a mannequin with long nails and all she's doing is painting her face, but she's not building her mind. So, you see, Rebecca passed certain tests of character. Number one, she was kind to a stranger. She showed willingness to help. She could converse without being defensive all of a sudden. There are some girls, when I was single, there were some ladies that I met before I met my wife. Just by say hello, like, what is it? What do you want? And I'm like, no. I just wanted to ask if the elevator is working.
They're not approachable.
They were not approachable. They had invisible walls that were up very high, you know. So if you're a lady here watching this video, our relationship coach just said you must be approachable, right? That's one. You must be kind with your words, and then you can create an opportunity for the guy to contact you later if circumstances that created your first contact warrants that. Just being polite. You send a message the next day to say thank you. That shows that this lady is thoughtful. She's grateful. But a lot of ladies have this sense of entitlement. Because I'm fine, everybody should treat me right. No. Your external beauty is the creativity of God. How you now treat other people is a direct reflection of what work you have done on your internal man, right? So let me round up by saying this. A productive lady is always more attractive to real men than a seductive lady. So dress up and show up where people need solutions, right? Where people need solutions. At the well, a well is a place where activity happens for people who are thirsty. So let's get into the next question. Next question is a very interesting question, a very, very interesting question. So are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? It's something that's been on my mind for years. What was it about your husband out of the many guys? Now, you already mentioned one, that you like this guy is smart. You could see that he was purpose-driven, and then he was driving in the direction of your destination at that time. So when you guys began to talk just as friends, when did you perceive or sense that this could be the guy? When did you sense?
Okay, so I said that I was in a relationship when I met my husband. So
you were in a relationship when you met him?
Yes, when we met. So it was not. We didn't have that kind of. The conversation was, "Oh, how are you doing?" And all of that. But one thing that stood out for me is that my husband is a very kind person. I just think that this guy, his kindness was on the table because we attended church. So most times when he wants to come to church, he will come and pick me for us to go to church together. And as he's going to pick me, I wasn't the only person who was picking. He will pick his other friends, both male and female. So he was picking everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, it was just
So
his person.
His kindness was not a strategy. It was a default nature inherent in him.
Exactly.
Wow.
This kindness, it has in the early years of my marriage, kind of caused issues because I was like, no, you need to start setting boundaries. You cannot be too kind to everybody. You know, I had to teach him how to set boundaries, you know. And it was for me it was the attraction. Why you be so kind? Because pick you know, they just will always go pick everybody, go and drop off anybody, you know, and wasn't just towards me. So then you're not even in a relationship, like I said, but it was something that stood out for me that oh, this person is kind, that's all that. You know, then I had to break up with my ex because different
Mm.
things. It was the party and coastal. But I tried, but I wasn't going to put that part. So we had to end the relationship. So some months after we ended the relationship, remember we're still in the same church, so we see how it's embarrassed. And I was working on the island. So because my husband was a kind person, I had to follow him to the island. He would drop me off at you know how the islands I was working in the island. So he dropped me off at the street. They just street. I just walk down to my office and then we continue his journey. They're both working on the island.
Island
So
at that
again,
time.
yeah, he was also, you know, helping his colleagues too. So we're sharp friends. You know, we're still seeing each other, hi, checking up on each other. When I even changed jobs, she knew because we're friends. But I ended the relationship. He was also in a relationship too. And his own relationship had issues, you know.
Issues.
He
Wow.
had medical issues. So it wasn't going to work out. And mine didn't work out. And we're already friends. So after some time, he was like, no, let's just give this a try and see if it will work out. And that was how I agreed because I already knew him. He was my friend and he was a kind person. He was a one again Christian in the same church. It also it became a worker in church eventually. So we just knew that okay, let's do this. In fact, remember you were our cell leader, Mr. Purpose. At the time we spoke, yes. And at that time
At
we were
that
not in a
time,
relationship. We were not even in
so at that time, you
a
guys were not in a relationship then.
relationship. We're not.
But you know what? I used to think initially I even thought you guys were siblings. That was
Oh,
how that was how close the friendship between both of you was at that time. I just felt these two men, their mother and their father must be very light skinned because you looked alike. And I
yeah,
didn't
no, we do
I,
get that.
yeah, so when I see two of you today, I just smile. I like, God has a huge sense of humor because he hides things best by putting it very close to us. You know, and at
Yeah,
times, and this is why some ladies are still single. Their husband is like this, right in front of their eyes, like this, right?
same, exactly. I will not even share something. I wasn't even in that relationship. Why? Because of tribal difference. You know, my parents
Oh,
are they're really heavy on they have to get married to someone that is evil. My husband is not evil. You know, he's from Edo
mm,
State. Like I was telling my sister, you know what, this relationship, I'm not sure I want to go into it because I'm not ready to quarrel with mommy and daddy. So my sister has encouraged me that if it's just the tribe that is the problem, that's there's no and you know following because then Pastor K is still our pastor. So Pastor K has taught us about why tribe is not a problem in marriage. Like go to listen to your pastor, that's what they were saying. So that's how we just decided to I said, okay,
mm,
let me just give this a try. Yeah. So sometimes person is in front of it, but you're not seeing the person. There's nothing to
seeing
talk
it,
about.
yeah. All right, so that takes me to my next question. At what point in your life did you say to yourself, because of ABC or XYZ, I have to go into relationship and marriage counseling full time? What happened in your life? Was it a revelation? Was it an encounter with God? Or was it was it like they would say a eureka moment? Like, oh, or because I know you with some other business, fashion accessories. I know you sell beauty accessories. So I was really shocked. I was one of the most surprised and shocked individuals when I realized that you actually have, and not just an interest, a strong passion for relationship counseling. I never saw you in that light. But when I saw you selling fashion accessories, I said, yeah, she's a beautiful lady. So beauty products will easily sell in her hand. So what happened within you that made you, go into this full time?
Yeah. Hi, Baba. My friend is here. Hi, Baba. Thanks for joining.
Background,
Okay,
thanks for
so
joining.
what made me? I mean, the story is long. Well, first of all, it was an assignment in church. Right, I was just with my husband one day, and then our pastor said, "Oh, you guys, I want you guys to do marriage counseling. I want you guys to know because then it was, marriage counseling was not very popular. We were short of counselors in church, so they approached us and
Okay.
said, "Oh, let us be counselors." I was like, "Okay." I mean, it's part of service. Let's do this. So I didn't see myself doing it outside church. Honestly, I agree with you. I didn't see myself until so by doing it in church, we're just serving. We were trained. We attended a couple of trainings. But that's how I got my certification as well. We did a lot of training with our pastor back then, and then we've been counseling people. That was this far back as 2016, 17. Right?
Wow. Wow.
So um yeah. So after that, I was like, when there was one course we did like 3 or 4 years ago, a more recent course, and then they're asking us, it was a certification program. So they're asking, so where do you want to specialize in and all of that? So I think they just wanted to do regular premarital counseling because they're basically premarital counselors. For me, I said I wanted to do the business of counseling. I really wanted to take it outside church. But I didn't pursue that dream until 2023, 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, when I traveled to the UK for a vacation. So it was there that I just had this passion in my heart. I was like, you know what? Let me do this. I have this knowledge. It's time to take it out. It was like a Eureka
Mm.
moment. It's time to do this, take this out. You know, I'm like, okay, let me try. So when I got back to Nigeria, I just started, I created this page and I was just sharing random relationship content and posts and all of that. So in 2024, last year, I think it was June or so, or April, I was like, okay, it's time to them just, package, do packaging and all of that. So I packaged myself and all of that. I said, oh, I started taking sessions and all. And I got my first client. I was surprised that I just started and I got
Mm.
my first client. So it was, I mean, that was like my first week. And it was just an amazing moment. Then I said, I've done more trainings. I repeated my certification course. I did it because we have like lifetime access to it. So I went back to those classes. I did it again. I've done more courses and trainings. And I'm even doing one right now. I always try to get knowledge because things are changing. The knowledge of marriage I had how many years ago is not what's prevalent now.
Yeah.
So I'm developing myself and all of that. But I'm thankful for this journey because I've met amazing people. You know, I've met people all over the world. Honestly, most of my friends are not in Nigeria. Most of my friends are not
Wow.
Nigerians. Nigerians are still trying to appreciate, counseling and therapy. Yes, it's still something that we're trying to embrace in this country. So I get
Nigerians
people.
are Nigerians appreciate the MC that makes them dance on the wedding day.
Thank
They can
you.
pay the MC 750,000 for just
Very
that one day. They'll make us happy on that one day, and
exactly.
then they enter marriage with zero knowledge, and then
Never
they start
knowledge.
exchanging blows. They start
Exactly. And
exchanging
people
blows.
come back for counseling. They don't want to pay for the counseling. They
Yes,
want
they were
free counseling. And they'll
like,
waste
what?
your time on
Why should
things.
I
When you
charge
do
you?
counseling,
They are like, why should I pay you for just
thank
sharing my
you.
emotional problems with you?
Thank you. And most times when you do free counseling for people, they don't listen to you. They'll say, okay, to just answer me for free, but they'll still do what they like. So you wasted my time, as a counselor, you wasted my data, you wasted
Yeah,
everything. So most of my clients are abroad, and I'm grateful because the feedback has been amazing. In fact, I do not run adverts on my page, but I
referrals.
because they refer me, and somehow people just find and connect with me. I told God I'm not going to run advert because I don't want to get to a point where I'm thinking about the money and the money. I don't want it to be, I don't want money to be my driving force. So I said, God, just send me clients that you really think that I can influence and help. And it's been an
Yeah.
amazing journey, really honestly, yeah.
Wow, fantastic. And in it's an African problem, but we are different. You and I on this call, and some of us being mentored and being raised under people like Pastor K and Pastor Mildred. But there's
Yeah.
this. old school of thought from the Western world that if you want to keep something a secret from an African, just put it inside a book. Put it inside a book. So there's this joke. There's this joke. I don't know if it's a true life story, but some armed robbers went to a very wealthy man's house, and they entered his library, ransacked everywhere. They were looking for a particular check, and they went to the safe. They broke the safe. They scattered everywhere. But guess what? He kept that check inside his Bible on his desk, but they never opened it. They never opened it. They didn't expect it to be there. The moral of that story is just that the treasures that most people are looking for is not where they are checking. It's usually inside books or in counseling sessions. And
courses,
webinars, courses, webinars, anywhere knowledge is being distributed. If you want to really fulfill your purpose in life, if you are watching this, you can't do it with an empty head on your neck, right? Proverbs 23:23 says, buy the truth, sell it not. Buy the truth. So then people pay attention for what they pay for. So let's get right into this. Your book is titled The Talking Stage. What does that really mean? And why did you give it that title? And also give us how many chapters are in the book?
7 chapters.
7 chapters. Okay, so give us some snippets that will make people rush right from this IG live, and then you share the link on how we can get your book also with us tonight. So just give us some snippets of the book. Then why the talking stage? Why is it important to talk? Once I see you and I like you, I like your face, I like the way you smell, the smell of your perfume. Let's fix the wedding date and just get right into it. So why the talking stage?
Okay, so talking stage book. What inspired it? First of all, that was what you asked. Like I said, I serve in a young adult church, right? And then I counsel people for free in church in So people, I find that some young adults have had 6, 7 relationships, and these people are not even up to 30 years old. I'm like, why you? I was in a relationship. Next thing I've broken up. They'll tell you about the relationship. You think, that they know what they're. The next they'll say they've broken up. I'm like, broken up for met to wear, and then another relationship again. So there's a problem. Before you even you can't just rush into it. Before you get into a relationship with somebody, guys, what are you talking about? Because it's when you talk about something, you know if you should even be in that relationship or not. So for me, this was the thinking that inspired that book. I'm like, no, I'm going to write this book. The talking stage. And again, the talking stage is like a trendy term, right? A lot of Gen Zs are using it now. It's a thing, right? But the book is not particularly.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted something catchy for their generation. That's why I used the talking stage. But really, it's still important because what are we talking about? If I talk, like I've been speaking to you, and I'm going to say that again. I've been to you for a while, so I know who you are to an extent. And this is just one conversation. When we have more conversations, I'll be able to know if our vision, our purpose aligns, if we can even get into a relationship first before anything. Right, so that's why I wrote the book. So for people to get informed about. Some people, again, there's a knowledge gap lacking when it comes to relationships. Right now, you'll see people, fine girls, fine boys, but they don't know anything. Sorry to say about social. They don't have a social life, or they are not wise in their relationships. So they just meet somebody, and because the person has fine eyes, they are guessing married to the person. I'm like, fine eyes in the grand scheme of that's not the major thing. So let's talk about the major things, key conversations to have. This person, like one of the key things I said to talk about. I think it's chapter 4. It has almost 50 things to observe. That's chapter 5. Chapter 4, almost 40 things to talk about. Conversations to have before that love, because we always say that they don't advise people in love. They know they advise people. That's what we always say. Because when they're in love, situation, they're not here. They can't listen to you. They won't hear anything.
The eardrum is deaf to any external advice. It's only
Exactly.
the music of the heart that they are listening to at that time. And
Thank you. Thank you. So before you get to that point in that relationship, please stop. Talk about polygamy. Number one thing I was doing polygamy because right now a lot of people are very bold about polygamy. They are saying it's okay to be polygamous. I've been seeing nonsense up and down. I'm like, so I'll get married to you tomorrow. And next thing you come and tell me you want to marry another wife. I will not agree. So let's talk about it now. So what's your view on polygamy? And again, I said in my book that don't ask this question. This should be conversation. So it's not an interview.
like
Even
an
though it's
interview.
like
Yes.
an interview period, but don't start saying, so what's your view of polygamy? No, let's be a conversation. Bring up topics, talk about money, talk about roles in the house chores, because that's a problem. Talk about parenting. Do we have the same values as parents? Can this person be a good father to my children or a good mother to my children? So talk about those things. Talk about your vision. Something like again, it's very important to even know your purpose before you even. So please follow Mr. Purpose. Learn about your purpose, your vision. So people don't know. They have no bearing. Like
Yeah,
no
they have no clue.
clue.
Pastor K said this many years ago, and it stuck with me. Then I'd not even started the Purpose Center, but now I know why that statement stuck with me. Now I know what this was over 18 years ago at one LDM, live ADM. I think that was 2006. So he just said, you need to find your purpose for life before you choose a partner for life. And I was like, wow, this made so much sense. Now, for example, if you're a lady and your purpose for life is to be, to is music, to do music, two guys asking you out. One, both of them, their names are Mike. One is Mike Tyson, the other is Michael Jackson. Who fits your vision? And it was very clear, oh, Mike Jackson, because he's an embodiment of music and all of that. Say, but if your purpose and your vision for life is to get area boys off the streets, something that requires somebody that has brute force. That
Oh my goodness.
if you pick Michael Jackson because of his coily hair and his words, that they will beat two of you off the streets.
Oh, yes, very true.
And it made so much sense. And I was like, okay, if purpose is like the foundation of even making a sound marital decision, then my assignment in life is actually extremely important to help
Exactly.
people find their why for being
Yes.
on the earth. So those were the moments I also began to gain clarity that, okay, this idea that's been in my heart for a long time is actually God that has kept it there. That this is your assignment for life. I'm like, why would my assignment be to help other people find their assignment? Is that, well, that's what I created you for. So this is so profound because it's not everybody that fits into your life. They may be attractive, they may be good on their own, but they won't be good together when you bring them together. A diesel engine, a car that has a diesel engine can never function on fuel. But
True.
fuel is a valuable product. It will malfunction, or it will make a diesel engine car malfunction. And the only
Yeah.
way, according to our guest tonight, the only way you can know the kind of engine somebody has, the engineering they have, is when you talk with them
Have
for
those key
yes, key
conversations.
conversations before you start the journey. Don't go on a journey with your heart without carrying your head along.
Yeah. I've been blessed by everything you've been saying, honestly. Like, you just hit it. Spot on, really. Honestly, you summarized everything I would have said. So that's the reason
So,
why they should get the book, right?
how much is this book? Where can we get this book? I'm already hooked You know, I've not read the book, but I'm already seeing myself reading this book now. Like I'm still a young person. Now, the reason why I want to read the book is because I work with young people, so that
Oh,
they will be, have rich materials to counsel them with, speak to them with. We can't overemphasize the need to have more people talking to young people because they are the future of the nation. They are the future of our future, because if we lead them to themselves, they will self-destruct. They will literally self-destruct because their own generation is filled with so many seductive knowledge that looks attractive, but it takes them away from the core wisdom of God. And Satan is a master at packaging falsehood as very attractive. So where can we get this book? How much is it? And can you share the link on this live so that those who are live right
um,
now can connect
so
with?
that's the book. So to get the book right, I would say that they should um go to seller.com. I'm trying to get my seller link.
Okay, it's on
Uh,
Seller.
it's on
Fantastic.
seller. Yeah. So what you can do, just visit the link in my bio, right? The link in my bio will take you to seller. Then you can just purchase the book, or you can just send me a direct message on my Instagram. Send me a direct message, and I'll let you know how to if I get it. I'll send you the seller link. Or if you want the hard copy, we can arrange delivery fees and I'll dispatch it to
Okay,
you. Okay?
okay,
So it's on
fantastic.
seller
So,
and direct DM me directly.
oh, fantastic. So you heard it, guys. The book, The Talking Stage, she's sold over 400 copies already. That's hard copies, right? Hard physical
Yes,
copies.
yes,
So it's a fast-selling book among young people, among Gen Zs and whatever gen you belong to. You still need to talk before you take the walk. So send her a personal message on her IG. Are you on any other platform on social media aside Instagram?
yes, I'm on
So
TikTok. I'm actually with
okay,
Amma on TikTok. In fact, I
okay,
got someone bought a book for me on TikTok just for this slide video. So on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, I'm also there. Amarachi Akpaibor on Facebook. And I'm
all
also on
right.
YouTube too. YouTube
Oh,
Amarachi.
beautiful, fantastic. So as we wind down tonight, I want you to tell us who is like your favorite female Bible character and why. And then the last question after that is, what advice would you give the 16-year-old version of Amarachi? If you could advise your 16-year-old self, what would you say to her?
Okay. So my female Bible character, I would say is Mary, the mother of Jesus. Mary, the
Wow.
mother of Jesus, because I mean, she was. The Bible says that God is within her. One of my favorite scriptures is God is within her; she will not fail. It was about her, right? Because of her obedience to the assignment that God gave her. The young girl, she's really young, and God chose her. His hand, He chose her to get Jesus. That was such an amazing assignment. And for me, she's someone I love because of her obedience to God, her yieldedness, the assignments. It just inspires me that there's nothing as long as I have the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit overshadowed her and she gave birth to Jesus. So the Holy Spirit is backing me up. Maybe it's just inspires me. As long as I have the Holy Spirit, I can produce things. I'm a productive
Mm,
person. I can produce things in my life. So maybe is someone that I am. Then an advice to my 16-year-old self. Then when I was 16, I was 15, and I was already in university because I got to university quite early. You know. One advice I would give my 16-year-old self is that strive for excellence. Strive for excellence. Because back then, I just didn't want to fail. There's a difference between learning just not wanting to fail or wanting to succeed. That's two entirely different things. And for me, then I
yes,
just didn't fail. I was sitting in the semester, but let me just come out. I don't want to fail. I don't want to have a carry over. But I wasn't pursuing A's. I wasn't pursuing. My goal was never to come out the first class. Never my goal. So sometimes I'm like, why didn't I even think of, being the
wow.
first? How was I just scared. I was a scary cat growing up. I was really scared. So I'm like, let me just try. Let me not fail. Let me not have any try over. Instead of trying to be the best. So my advice to myself, I was like, would be to strive for the best. Don't be afraid and strive for the best. Strive for excellence.
Strive for the best. Don't be afraid. Go for the very best in anything you are doing. And that is one of the ways that we can reveal the glory of God in our lives. Before you go, this statement you just made reminds me of how the average, and I think it's an environmental mindset that uh, young girls unfortunately just accept in Africa. It's an African concept that makes a young girl grow up not having big dreams. At
Me,
14, at 15, just things that God put her on this earth for a man to come and rescue her from herself and her boring life someday. So they culture girls to believe that they are inferior to the male gender. And even when you get born again, it takes discovering your core purpose in life as a woman to begin to really reveal the glory of God inside of you. So when Jesus said, let your light shine so that men may see your good work. Now, what I just said now is correct in English grammar, but that's not what Jesus said. What Jesus said is, let your light so shine. That so is a stress, is an emphasis. So there's a difference between scoring 55 over 100 and somebody who scores 95. Somebody who now scores 95. So even with that 95, I know some people, they are watching this live now. That 95, they will thank God for it, but they will now be bothered with, why did I miss out on these 5 marks?
But that's the mindset that we should have actually.
And my wife is like that. You like, this 5, why did I? I'm like, you scored 95 for God's sake. She said, she and when we began to talk, when I began to talk with my wife, just talking with her, I just knew that I want to know this lady beyond the talking stage. It was not even, there was no romantic, we didn't meet in a romantic environment. But just from talking with her and chatting with her, I just saw that she has an incredibly intelligent mind. And then that took me to the prayer room to go and pray that, Lord, who is this person that I just met? So for any young lady out there, if you have not discovered what God created you for, then that is a ticket. Once you discover that, that's a ticket to a life of greatness. And at the Purpose Discovery Academy, we now have the Purpose Discovery Academy mobile app on your finger. Yes, on your smartphones, Android or iOS. You can go to Google Play Store towards the 10th of May. From this month, you can download our app and learn through a systemized, structured curriculum, 12 courses, video lessons, and you will find out why you are on this earth, whether male or female. It will do you a great good, and the courses are very affordable. So go there, rush in, but before you do that, make sure you get the book, The Talking Stage, so that you don't consciously by yourself choose a prison for your future, because like Pastor K would say, marriage can lead to life imprisonment or life improvement. And it's you women that choose the men, so a woman now chose somebody that captures her destiny and locks it up in the cell because she wasn't listening to his nuances and all the nonsense he was saying at the talking stage. So Amarachi, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you.
Best
Thank
of
you for
me.
having me. I had a great time. I enjoyed this conversation, honestly. I got a lot of remarks, especially about see Rebecca, the way you explained Rebecca and the woman at the well. That's so profound. something I'm going to. In fact, I'm going to create content out of it. That's what I told myself.
Thank
But
you.
thank
Feel
you.
free. Feel free. My regards to your husband, Pastor Mark, and the
Yeah.
energetic boys. You know, the energetic boys. I
I'm
was
very
praying
glad
for.
for your amazing wife as well.
Thank you
And your
so much.
boy, your two kids. Your two kids.
Yeah, we have a boy and a girl, and people have been prophesying different things. I said, I know what God has said.
Not all the things, so be careful. What things will just enter.
We know what we have said to God and what we are going to receive. So thank you so much. So everybody rush to her DM, counsel with Alma, and make those orders tonight. Don't buy just for yourself, buy for all your friends and even your foes. You can turn your enemies to your friends when you give them with a book like the
Yeah.
talking stage. All right, we got to let you go now. Thank you so
All
much for
right. Thank
joining
you so
us
much. I
tonight.
got everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you
Bye.
so. All right. So it's a wrap tonight, everyone. It's a wrap tonight. The talking stage. The book is available on Seller. Is also available as a physical copy. But send a direct message, a DM to our guest tonight, Amarachi Akpaibor, a Christian certified counselor for relationships and marriage, especially for single people, but she was also a marriage coach. Send her a DM right away and you will not regret it. Also, don't forget, we now have the Purpose Discovery Academy as a mobile app. So from the convenience of your phones, you can download the app on Google Play Store in a few days' time. But if you want to be among the first testers of the app, send me a direct message to send me your email as a DM, and we will send you how to download the link as a first tester. We've not opened it up to the entire public yet, but if you want to be among the first 100 people to experience the PDA app, mobile app, send me a DM right away and you will get the app in your email in about 48 hours. It's been wonderful doing this with Ami, the Christian counselor, who is a fantastic relationship coach. My name is Mr. Purpose International, the founder of the Purpose Discovery Academy, Africa's premier and leading purpose and self-discovery academy for teenagers and young people. Until we come your way again at the end of the month, the last Thursday, with another exciting guest. Keep fulfilling purpose, exceed as you proceed. God bless you.